One of the main objectives of the Association for the Advancement of Black Accountants of Southern Africa is to facilitate and encourage the entry of black persons into the accounting profession. Joining us now from Cape Town to discuss the whole matter around the accounting industry further is Andile Khumalo, Vice President at ABASA. That's the short name for the organization. Andile, thanks for coming and thanks for talking to us about what I think is a very important subject. But importantly, I think for people who are outside the industry, they think accountants, they think people who are comfortable within the industry that they serve. They think people who have money in their pockets. They don't think about people who need assistance. Why should we be helping accountants at all?
Well, we have a particular history in South Africa about the profession. And until recently, it was a profession that was open and available to a select few in the country. If you look at the very first black chartered accountant, Professor Wiseman Kuhlu, he qualified in the late 70s. So we're talking about approximately 33,000 chartered accountants under SAICA's designation CASA, of which only just under 6,000 are African, colored, or Indian, and 2,000 being African black. So the economy needs this particular skill for obvious reasons, and our biggest pool in South Africa is obviously black people, and we as an organization are clear about our mandate and our objectives to increase the number, or at least the pool, of chartered accountants by focusing purely on black people.
Yeah, apart from the color issue, does the economy in general, though, need more accountants?
Well, all you'll have to do is have a look at the annual reports of the listed companies on the JSE, and you will see that the profession that is by far a leading profession of the CEOs and obviously the CFOs is that of being a chartered accountant. And for us to have an economy in the right kind of hands, people who are ethical, other than being technically astute, who drive good governance, good corporate governance, which is obviously well needed now in the world economy that we live in. The CA profession and the CA professionals are required by an economy, and one hopefully that plans to grow, as is ours.
Now, you come back to the issue I raised about helping people who gradually get on to run companies and become CFOs and CEOs in the majority of cases. But let's put that aside and talk about what targets you are looking at in terms of growing the number of black accountants and over what period.
We are looking at creating a pool of 5,000 African black chartered accountants in the near future. Our targets is on the following 3 years. We are currently sitting at 2,000, so we will have to do we have our work cut out for us to reach our milestone. And really the challenges of reaching those kind of numbers are driven around throughput. Our pipeline is probably the single biggest challenge that we have between creating the right kind of number of black chartered accountants. If you look at the number of students that are sitting from first year all the way to third year at university, the percentages that pass on to register for the CTA the fourth year, and of course the percentages will pass CTA and sit for the QE1, you will see that the numbers keep dwindling, and particularly amongst black students, and particularly those who cannot be in full-time universities and who studied through distance learning. So the reality of the situation is that we just don't have enough black learners becoming BCom students, BCom graduates, and therefore black CAs after passing the board exams.
So who needs to be involved in this fight to get more black people to join the accounting profession? I'd imagine off the top of my head that SAICA, the South African Institute of Chartered Accountants, should be part of this, but I don't know whether you want government in there, because we do know that government doesn't have money.
It is something that is everybody's responsibility. I would go as far as saying all of business. It is in all of business's interest to be part of what it is that we are trying to do at ABASA, because, you know, frankly speaking, we do need our economy in responsible hands. Technically astute, responsible, ethical, and drive good corporate governance. So we work with SAICA, obviously, as the custodians of the profession, quite a lot. We have the president of SAICA coming to join us at our gala dinner tomorrow. We talk to SAICA transformation almost every day in our initiatives. And over the years, we've become a lot more collaborative between the two organizations. SAICA's got its Tutuga program as well, which has done very, very well in terms of putting black learners through schools. ABASA has got its Nkuhlu Subvention Fund, which is our initiative of getting historically black universities SAICA accredited, so that a child in Seshego in Limpopo can go to University of Limpopo soon and become a CA in that university and not have to leave their homes and and relocate to Durban or Joburg or Cape Town in order to qualify as a chartered accountant.
Yeah.
So between business, SAICA and ABASA, the partnership is very, very important. Government plays a role indeed. We have a particular problem around mathematics and maths literacy at high schools, where a lot more learners are unfortunately going for the maths literacy option, which derails your ability to qualify for an entry point at a BCom degree. And very often students are forced to do bridging courses and the like in order to get into the CA stream. So we need more straight mathematics students coming out of high school, and therefore government, and especially basic education department, is very, very key, as is the higher education department.